A story works best when we're following a protagonist in pursuit of their goal. A story feels more dramatic when that character faces an obstacle toward their goal. An obstacle that they have to overcome using tactics to succeed or fail. And tactics that pay off what we learn about the character. What that means is that we don't need a villain for a story. But don't you like a good villain? A well-written villain isn't a boogeyman just for the sake of being a boogeyman. They're not necessarily an evil force. They are a character like your protagonist with their own goals and desires. As screenwriter John August says, your protagonist and antagonist each want to drive their plot. They're fighting for control of the steering wheel. When creating a villain, you create an antagonist, someone opposing your protagonist. A villain is the obstacle toward the protagonist's goals, a personification of the obstacles. If a protagonist obstacle towards becoming quarterback of their high school football team is that the team already has a first-string quarterback, then that first-string quarterback could be the villain who will do anything to prevent the protagonist from replacing them. These quarterbacks fight for control of their story because what one has to gain, the other has to lose. An antagonist has the most to lose from the gain of the protagonist. That evil quarterback will lose the chance to potentially earn a scholarship if the protagonist succeeds. If a protagonist has a weakness, the antagonist can capitalize on that weakness. The antagonist has the greatest capacity to stop a protagonist from their goal, physically or mentally. A great antagonist can stop a protagonist with their knowledge and power. A great villain can also elicit sympathy. It's one thing to write a villain that is clearly bad and evil, an Adolf Hitler kind of character. It's another thing to write a villain who has an understandable pain in their life and who wants to do something good. Generally, the difference between a protagonist and an antagonist isn't the difference between their goodness versus wrongness in goals, but their goodness and wrongness in tactics. A well-written antagonist will want a goal that sounds good, end world starvation, but use destructive or bad tactics, end world starvation by killing 2/3 of all the people in the world. That evil quarterback could elicit our sympathy. They want to win a scholarship to help their small town family. But to prevent the protagonist from replacing them, they might hire someone to harm or break the protagonist's leg. When you write a villain or villains, you have to write them like your protagonist or your hero. You have to figure out their goals. What do they have the most to gain or lose? What's their vision for a better world? Then you have to write out their obstacles and what tactics they would use, as evil or as bad as they might be, to overcome the obstacles to accomplish their goals. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our social media pages at thecablibrary.org, including our new TikTok channel.